Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a screenwriter's rant on Munich, the Edge of War, not the other Munich which took place during the Olympics, but the Munich that takes place in Munich at the beginning of World War II or just before. And it's a story of espionage with the Brits going in to get a paper from a guy who basically will give them proof that Hitler is not who he says he is. It's a weird trailer because the guy who plays Hitler seems to have a full mustache. I'm not sure why they did that. Are they? I don't know why they did that. Like, didn't he always have the little mustache the whole time? I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't early on. It seems like I'm pretty sure he did. I don't remember seeing him with a full mustache. It just seems weird. Jeremy Irons is in it. He looks like Neville Chamberlain, but Jeremy Irons kind of already looks like Neville Chamberlain. So I'm not sure if he plays Neville Chamberlain. If I had to guess, I would say that. But this Neville Chamberlain seems to be intent on getting some info on behalf of the Empire. So maybe it is. Maybe it is. See, this guy, he's got a full mustache. I'm very confused. Netflix. He obviously has the haircut. Why not give him the mustache? Who are you not offending by that? I mean, it's a World War II drama about the beginning of the war. Pretty sure he had the mustache. So anyhow, this is a German guy, young German guy who's sort of caught up in Germany's time. And then his buddy is an English guy who's sent over by the Brits in order to spy and get this document. And, there's this conflicting loyalties because they're friends and this is his country, but he doesn't like Hitler, obviously, because who the hell liked him? So it's called Munich on the Edge of War. It doesn't look bad. In select theaters December, so now, on Netflix January 21st. So it doesn't look bad. I mean, it looks like a real spy drama. I've often said that spy dramas really work best as a period piece now because there are clear-cut enemies, I mean, obviously, Germany at this time is a clear-cut enemy, just like the Soviets were. So you don't have any problems there, essentially. You can play off of that. I'm not sure how historically accurate it is. It looks good. The leads look good. Jeremy Irons, of course, he's done so much. I mean, it's not really a good gauge whether or not Jeremy Irons is in it. Quite frankly, no offense to Jeremy Irons, he's a good actor, but he's been in some terrible, terrible movies. He's kind of like Michael Caine that way, Michael Caine pretty much will be in anything, but he's always good. Even when he's in a terrible movie, he's good. He's good. The movie might be terrible. So more I look at it, I think he's Neville Chamberlain. I guess that would make sense. This is before he, screwed it all up. So this is the eve of war. I guess this leads up to the moment where Neville Chamberlain, screws it all up. Probably the year before, maybe. And again, I'm so confused by this guy. And why did they get the guy from the meme? He's a good one, man. He's kind of frightening. He seems like the best one, but maybe he's too old for it now. I don't know. Anyhow, decent enough movie. I mean, first act, it's going to be about these two young guys and their friendship in Oxford, I think he said, or Cambridge. And then at the beginning of the first act, Neville Chamberlain calls him in and says, "We want you to spy on your friend." Second act, he goes to Germany. He sees how bad it is. He sees that it's clear. Because remember, this is a different time. This is a time in which people could lie their socks off and nobody would know. Whole countries could do things and you'd never know about it unless a reporter snuck out some footage or made a report that got printed around the world or whatever. This is before the war. And things were a little different then. If you read about it, I mean, really, there were elements in the West that embraced Germany's new paradigm, let's say, because it seemed to be working. But if you watch, there's a great historical guy online. His name's Tick, Tik. He'll tell you that one of the reasons, the Germans got to where they were, the reason Hitler was able to like rebuild Germany was because he just borrowed a bunch of money, right? And people thought he was a genius, but really all he did was delay the inevitable, the second collapse of the German economy. And at least according to Tick, what probably drove him into war more than anything else was either he had to go to war or the entire economy would collapse again and everybody would blame him. So by going to war, he put that all off. And then he had some wacky plan to take over most of Europe and turn it into farmland for the Germans. You should see it. He's got a great 3-hour documentary. It's really good and very interesting. So then the second act, they're going back and forth. He's trying to get the document. Apparently it hinges on a document. And then the third act is probably him escaping Germany, probably trying to warn his friend to get the hell out. And then he gets out of Germany with the warning, but it does no good. Here's Chamberlain showing up, possibly betraying the entire operation. I don't know. And then I would imagine the end of the movie has a typical sort of, what actually happened to these guys. So it appears to be a part of the war. I don't know. I haven't seen a movie based on this particular part of the war. It looks solid. But, I mean, there's been so many, right? So many World War II movies. But it does look like it's well made, I mean, this is the sort of movie I would probably watch on a Sunday on the History Channel when I was bored back in the day. Now, I mean, I have Netflix. I do like historical movies. If it's accurate, I wouldn't mind watching it. I don't like when they take a lot of dramatic license with history. I don't think they should do that. It's one thing to do it with some, some biography of some dude who lived in the 90s. But when it's an important person or important people, an important moment in history, I don't think they should do that, really. They should try to stick to it as close as possible. But that's just me. Anyhow, that's my rant. Check it out on Netflix. Munich, The Edge of War. And that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Bitchute and Rumble. We'll see you in the next one.